to empower young people to discover who they are and create their best future. That's my mission statement. Why did I create this in these moments or at this stage of my life, and why does it matter to you? The reason why I started a YouTube channel is because I was rejected twice when I was applying for medical school in 2024 and 2025, and I had no idea what I wanted to do afterwards. I knew there are people out there like you watching this video who face the same issue, and I created this channel to help young people to discover themselves and understand themselves better through my content, so that they will not be completely lost when life's trajectory hits a different direction. So now I'll be sharing the 3 turning points of my life that led me to where I am today. But the first turning point, which is when I was rejected to the medical school that I was applying to, that was my first rejection. I received my rejection letter when I was serving my national service. So to bring context to those who are not residing in Singapore, every Singaporean male has to sacrifice 2 years of their life to the nation, which is known as the national service. I still remember the day when I received the letter from my phone, and it happened during one of the computer lab sessions. And as I received the notification, my heart was pumping so fast. I was like hoping that I could get in, and sadly, as I expected, I was rejected because, as you know, getting into medicine is not easy and the competition is really high. I thought to myself that, okay, I still have 1 year, one more time to apply, and I can use the time to boost my portfolio. And that's when I kept my hopes up, and I continued to juggle between my national service and my co-curricular activities. And I juggled around 7 CCAs or co-curricular activities, and some required active participation and some were ad hoc activities. This is how my entire day looks like. I wake up at I think 7 a.m. and I work till like 6 p.m. and after ending work, I will go back to my bunk or my rest place or the place that I stay in camp. We're not allowed to leave the camp during the weekdays. So after the work itself, we'll go back to our bunk, which is our rest area. And then I will continue to plan my co-curricular activities. And when I'm booked out of camp, which is usually on the Friday, I will go home and then be prepared to execute my activities during the weekends. So can you imagine every day like this? Basically, it's 24/7 continuously working to improve my portfolio to get into medicine. And this went on nearly every day for at least 1 year. But I think I managed to schedule my time properly so that I have like some slots for me to rest. And the lesson here is this: you must remember to take care of your health when you're boosting your portfolio or increasing your chances of getting to medicine, law, or any kind of admission. Don't push yourself too hard to an extent that you burn yourself out, because nothing in the world matters if you don't have a healthy mind and body. Learn to understand your limit and push yourself if you think you're able to handle it. If not, avoid doing so, because you're not only endangering yourself, you're endangering others as well, especially if you're like a manager. And in my case, I sometimes have to support certain military activities as a supervisor, and if I don't make sure that I have a healthy mind and able to concentrate on the day itself, I might not be able to look after my fellow soldiers. So my YouTube channel aims to help young people with issues and problems like this, giving them advice. And that's my first turning point. So a year later, after getting rejected the first time, I applied once more and I received the interview. During the interview, I actually did worse than the year before. I had so many hiccups during the different sessions, and one of the main section where I broke down because I mentioned about my parental divorce. I think that was the moment where I knew that I blew it up. And well, I actually went home and cried about it. Well, I actually felt kind of good after, because whatever emotions that I bottled up came out. Because I did that, I wasn't really shocked or very emotional when I received my rejection letter. And having rejected, I felt completely lost, because medicine was the only thing that I wanted to do. I started to reflect a lot and I started to research a lot online, and that's when I tried many different things like this. creating content online. And that's when this was the moment, the pivotal moment where I chanced upon Ali Abdaal's content. So basically, he's a doctor turned entrepreneur, and he quit medicine to pursue YouTube full-time. His trajectory out of medicine got me thinking that it's not really a tragic case or an irreversible outcome. It's not something bad about it, going off a different direction in life. As I watch his content further and a little bit deeper by purchasing some of the courses that he offered, I somewhat get a clearer idea of who I am as a person. And one of the courses that I bought was the Life OS, which is his very own live operating system, which I highly recommend for you guys to check it out. And I am completely not sponsored by him or in collaboration with him. I just felt that the courses that he made and provided to the people are very valuable, and I believe that you'll get some of the value from it. So feel free to check out his YouTube channel, and you can check out his links, and you can see there's this Life OS course that you can try out. So the second lesson here is this: if you're someone who is going through the same thing as me, getting rejected for the very cause that you wanted, and you felt really lost in life, know that it's totally normal and okay. Not everything in life is supposed to be on track. This can happen in many various aspects of your life, be it in a relationship or a career. You have to be adaptable about it. You might think that it's the end of the world, but please be calm and be objective about what's happening. Know this and take this advice. This is an opportunity for you to explore more about yourself as a person. Know things about yourself that you don't even know about. This is the opportunity for you to do that. Journal down the potential pathways and research about them. And because of Ali Abdaal, I went on to a different path, becoming a YouTuber or a content creator. So this is my third turning point. This is when I started to try dabbling with content, with making content on YouTube and on social media platforms. And this happened when I ended my national service, which was last year, 2025. At the initial stage, it was really scary. Honestly, putting my face here online, it is damn scary. I've seen many creators out there to say that to build a personal brand, you have to put yourself in public. And back then, I still had some form of insecurity in me, that I was afraid of people judging me, especially when when your family members and your friends see your contents, making this content, you will feel cringe. You know what I mean? And in my head, I'll be thinking, what if my family see this? Like, how would they react? What if my friends and my enemies see this? Would they like actively talk back about me, comment being a keyboard warrior? There were so many thoughts running in the back of my head. So at the start, I created faceless content. In the beginning, I gathered around a few likes, a few hundred views, and I was so happy about it, right? Because when you first start off, usually people want to see your content, and it's usually 0 views, 0 likes, and 0 shares, whatever. It's just 0. And I had a few hundred views, and I was very happy about it. But after each post, the metrics started to fluctuate, and they were not consistent. And most of my contents were mostly carousels. So it's like the swiping, but in motion. So usually it's a video, and then it will auto swipe to the next post. And that was my content. And I kept doing that. At a certain stage, I realized that it's not gonna work. And I continued to research further, hoping that I can create content without my face. But all other creators out there with millions of followers, 100,000 of followers, say the same thing, that you have to put your face out there if you want to build a personal brand that lasts. And so I decided to gather all my courage and decided to post my face for the very first time. It felt super scary at first. Whenever I tried to click the button, the post, my heart will start pumping really fast, as if it's trying to get out of my body. But after posting multiple times, I got the hang of it, and it actually felt normal, honestly. And I eventually decided to share my content from my public account to my stories on my personal account. And I told myself that I have to do it if I want to overcome my fears. And guess what? One of my friends PM'd me and said that my content were very inspiring. I didn't expect that, honestly. Because honestly, when I look back at my contents, I cringe a bit, honestly. And when my friend PM'd me that, it really debunked everything and whatever that I thought about people judging, and that gave me a lot of confidence. So now the lesson here is this: whenever you're doing something new at the initial stage, the first step is always the hardest, and the first step is always the most important in getting yourself to move ahead and to move forward. You will freeze and you will keep telling yourself not to do so, and it's not worth it. All the negative thoughts will start to rise in your head. It's like you're fighting with yourself, honestly, on the inside. But once you take the leap of faith, it's not that hard after all, and you'll become better each time that you do it. And that's the art of practicing and the art of compounding. You will eventually be the person that everyone admires. So don't underestimate yourself. You can do it. So what are the contents will you be expecting from me? So the content that you'll be expecting from me or getting from me, it's mostly about empowering young people from the age of 18 to 35 to discover who they are as an individual and use their innate ability to fulfill their fullest potential. Because I understand that this is a stage where most people are lost and they are trying to discover themselves, and I want to help with that. And then you'll be wondering why you should listen to me, right? Because I'm also within the category of young person. I'm not someone senior or someone who has life experiences, right? First and foremost, I want to say that I'm also learning from everyone else, as I'm currently studying at the National University of Singapore, also known as NUS, and I am no expert at anything. My content revolves around my thoughts and beliefs about life in general, where I talk about topics like relationships, philosophies, and everyday life's problems that are as specific as overcoming the pain and struggle of getting out of bed when you have no motivation. What I have offered so far are a few free worksheets, PDF, and a free 30-page workbook called 3 Stages to Unlock Your Life's Purpose and Beyond. And it specifically addresses those who are lost in life with no direction. And the workbook has knowledge from many other people out there. The books here that I read, it comes from there, and I've collated into this 30-page workbook that acts like a reflection. So feel free to check it out in the description box below. I'll link it below. And I also initially thought about creating a long-term community called the Life Academy. For the past few videos, at the end, I will mention about the Life Academy, where I intend to build a community of like-minded individuals to learn from one another. And it goes according to the pillar of learn, improve, flourish, and evolve. But I feel as of now, I don't think I have the capacity to maintain a community because I might overwhelm myself. And besides sharing my beliefs about certain topics in life, I'll also be sharing my thoughts about contents online said by other creators or specific important contents that I feel it needs to be shared wider in the community out there. I will also do that. And do look forward to the next video where I will dive deeper into my beliefs and an overarching mission of helping young people out there to discover themselves worldwide. So stay tuned for that video. Also, as I mentioned that I do not have the capacity to run the Life Academy is because at the side, I'm running a funeral service business where I share about pre-planning to family members out there, and specifically people who are younger, because it will save thousands of dollars and have a peace of mind to plan your funeral processions ahead. Because when you are grieving, you do not want to think about anything but crying. So it is best if you plan your funerals ahead because of inflation as well. And this is only applicable to Singaporeans. If not, that's it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.